Ladies and gentlemen,
it's Xwater.
What's going on, everybody? Hello and welcome to today's broadcast. The day that has been prophesized for what can only be 6 or so months up until this point. It has been in the Plinko since the start of Plinko, and we started Plinko in like October. It never got lucky enough to get in, but we're rectifying that today. I love you, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. Today, and only today, I'm gonna woo the shit out of Colonel Sanders, or maybe out of someone else. I don't know. It's a dating game. There's probably other options. Whew. Wanted to drop some BDE for this game, but I'm 6K drippies short. No! That's tragic as shit, dude. That's so tragic. Oh, man. Yukimitsu, hey, thanks so much for dropping the sub during the opening. Really appreciate it. Hope you've been well. What's going on, guys? Warrior, it's nice to see you, Naya. Theo, good to see you. Mars, what's up? JBS, Robit, hello. Fifi, thanks for the shirt compliment. I actually just bought this shirt like an hour ago. I went out to do some chores this morning and I stopped to just buy a couple new shirts. I noticed I was kind of low on cool shirts, so I bought a couple cool shirts. It's a cool shirt. It's a cool shirt. I like it. Finger licky good, yeah. All I can think of with a game title like that is why. It's crazy because this game is actually like endorsed by KFC. I don't know what kind of advertising campaign they thought they were going with. I guess like they saw how trendy, Wendy's and Taco Bell were with the stuff that they do. Taco Bell really leans into the whole stoner food, the gimmick thing, and they don't outright say it, but they lead into it, and Wendy's has their whole savage Twitter persona, and KFC is like, well, shit, we got to do something to appease the nerds. And they decided to go full weeb with it and make a sexy anime style Colonel Sanders who looks like you'd call him sensei, like it is just so wacky. It's just so wacky. This is the happiest stream. You're not wrong. Why are you so cute? Oh, I didn't control it. So excited for this. Me too, dude. I mean, have you seen KFC Gaming? I have not, actually. Kind of want KFC with all the mentions. I have never desired KFC. Like, I've had it, but I've never sat there and been like, you know what I could go for right now is some KFC, some Kentucky Fried Chicken. Isn't KFC advertisement pretty funky in Japan already? I don't know. My knowledge of the KFC franchise is minimal. You've never had KFC, Steve? I find that hard to believe. We used to get it every Tuesday when I was a kid because they had Toonie Tuesday. You go to KFC with a $2 coin, the Toonie in Canada, if you aren't familiar with the Toonie, and you get 2 pieces of chicken and some fries every Tuesday. It was ridiculous. It was such a good deal. And then, like, as, inflation and time and all that, the Toonie Tuesday became like $2.50 and then $3 and then $3 for 1 piece of chicken and fries, and then $3.50 for just 2 pieces of chicken and no fries. And it's like, you can't even call it Toonie Tuesday anymore. You're lying to us. You're being dishonest. Kentucky Fried Chicken. You need to stop this. It's a weird thing in Japan. They get it for Christmas. I have heard about that. That's right. I forgot about that. It's like a Christmas tradition in Japan. We went to Burger King and Wendy's growing up. Hey, nothing wrong with Whopper Wednesday. Whopper Wednesday was awesome. See, Whopper Wednesday was sick because you could go to... Oh, man. It just makes me so upset to see all of my fun days of the week, Toonie Tuesday and Whopper Wednesday. When I was a kid, they were so sick. They were so good. When I was a teenager, you go to Burger King, you get 2 Whoppers for $5. You go to Whopper Wednesday, it's supposed to be their deal, and it's like you get 1 Whopper meal for $6. I'm like, bro, that's what much it costs on a regular day. You're not even like you at least try, Burger King. At least try to pull me in. At least give it a try, an attempt. At least give it a go.
Mickey, the KFC near my house is haunted. They think it's a poltergeist.
Oh, the pun hurts. Oh, the pun hurts. I was the knight no one expected to appear on the battlefield. Surprise. Oh, Emily. Yeah, I'm getting hit with rapid fire puns now. I can't handle it. Let's jump into the game, guys. Let's switch over to the game and jump into it. The Poultrygeist. Oh my god. Still recovering from that one. Let me get it on the screen. Let me see if I can figure out how to get it on the screen. That's not it. Let me go to settings and turn it into non-full screen. There we go. Now I'll probably be able to find it. I love you, Colonel Sanders. I love you, Colonel Sanders. Yeah, you're so handsome. It's so stupid looking. Look at him. Look at how handsome he is. Okay. All right. Colonel Sanders and I are about to go on a beautiful journey. I'm going to turn these sound effects down. They are way too loud. There, we're going to go like that. New game. Before we get started, tell me your name. Mickey. My name is Mickey. All right, Colonel Sanders. Look at those biscuits. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in this moment forever. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Smack that clock up and at 'em. Throw the clock out the window and stay in bed. No, I want to get up. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by, and your imagination is getting away from you. You know what? Daydream a little bit. It's here, finally. Your first day of culinary school. So many dishes to prepare, so many students to meet. Your mind is swimming with possibilities when you realize you're running late. You grab a biscuit and burst out the door. Well, let me make myself a little bit smaller here so I'm less in the way. Here we go. I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna hide in the corner. I'm gonna be a corner Mick. Here we go. Little corner Mick today. Delicious. Just what you needed to wake up those taste buds. Yikes! You're in such a hurry. In fact, you forgot to put on any deodorant before running out the door. You're sweating buckets as you rush to arrive on time. Uh-oh. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School Academy for What a name, dude. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, Mickey. Are you excited for your first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, because I sure am. Excited? A little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam. Raised by Master Chef parents, she's always held herself to a very, very high standard. Ever since we were little babbies playing together, and you rescued me from the quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're gonna do great. But with University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Should you pep talk her or change the subject? No, pep talk. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? Well, I've been trying to forget. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet. And she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy-looking tower? And that other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time, we'll be graduating, and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel the nerves to begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Can you believe I cut them myself? I could definitely believe it. I cannot believe it. Before you get into the word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Wow, bully! It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil and a total babe, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Yeah, she can. Yeah, she can. She can get it. She can get it. Hello, Ashley. Oh my god, she's got drumsticks in her tights. Oh my fucking god. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. You leave Mickey's shins alone. They're perfectly normal shins. Ugh, you can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add the extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. I love that. I was just talking shit about people with people whose name is like Kaylee, but it's spelled with an L-E-I-G-H. I was just making fun of that the other day. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not gonna let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight, you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes. Van. You rang. Oh my god. Look at Van. You've never been sure what their arrangement is. But as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. Look at his hair. He's got a star in his hair. Look at. Oh my Jesus. I don't know how to handle this. He is just perfect. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for. I wish they would shorten that name. Would even allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. See you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Oopsie, I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you? My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? Must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop. I'm Mickey. So, are you going to make me hold the door all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me, or is he kind of cute? I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium in the front... What? In the front... What? What? Now, quiet down, everybody. Who is this unreasonably cute pup? And why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and a little fluffy, but I still demand respect. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever! I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Of course, only a dog's nose. Out of nowhere, the wind begins to rush around as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then he walks in. Colonel Son! You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him. Well, if it isn't my favorite student, Holland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. We all need a break from this ridiculousness anyway. sorry. It was my dad. Back in. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats a Lot. Maybe we should open the window back up before Faucet Pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is it with all your really weird insults? Besides, when Mickey sweats, it's not gross. It's beautiful. Look at the shiver. You turn to find Colonel Sanders standing right in front of you. Colonel Sanders, beautiful angel that he is, stands before you, smiling gently, his hand outstretched. Boy, howdy. This classroom gets hotter than a Kentucky fryer. Please, use my handkerchief. You freeze up. Colonel Sanders is talking to you. Wait, Colonel Sanders is talking to you about how sweaty you look? You're completely mortified. This can't be your first interaction. What if he never forgets this moment? How will you respond? Of course, I have to take the kerchief. You stretch out your hand, and Colonel Sanders places a fine silk handkerchief in it. It's so beautiful, you hesitate to press it to your face. But when you do...
Why did the Chakan go to KFC? To see a chicken strip.
It's so beautiful. You hesitate to press it to your face, but when you do, the feeling is transcendent. It has his natural scent on it. It smells of the most delicious chicken you've ever smelt. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and sets some ground rules.
Welcome to University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood, there may even be tiny, really adorable food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place?
Don't you recognize me? This is my third year in this school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly.
Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels.
I just had to do one quick thing to fix my screen. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Okay, that happened. The class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff.
Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself.
You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket. But what kind? Chicken snack. Obviously, you reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks into it. His favorite.
Well. I think there might be some competition for the new star student.
The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hands slick with a coat of warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times.
Settle down, young chefs. Take your seat and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation.
As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Hey, Mickey, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed the seat next to me. If you're interested. 2 good options, but which will you choose? Chat, I need some advice. Should I sit by my best friend and be a good friend, or should I sit beside the hunky dreamboat that is Colonel Sanders? 1's for Colonel Sanders, 2 for best friend. I don't want to do a poll. It's going to take too long. Just 1s and 2s. 1's for the Colonel, 2 for the best friend. Wow. A bunch of you would easily bail on your best friend to go sit next to the hunky... Oh, no, there's a fair amount of 2s coming in. I don't know. It's pretty even. It's pretty even. It's pretty even, honestly. I gotta go with my heart. I gotta go with my heart. It's so even. I gotta sit next to my best friend. I can't bail on my best friend. Colonel Sanders and I will have a chance to get to know each other, but I gotta sit with my bestie. You move to take your seat by Miriam. Words are hard. I'm so glad to have you near me to support me through this class. Of course, you're my best friend. Who else would I sit by? Colonel Sanders? He has such a magnetic personality.
Pet, but in this case, that would be too confusing.
Nice. He has such a magnetic personality, and there's that seat open right next to him. If you had sat there, you might have gotten to know him a little better. I'd never sacrifice our friendship. Besides, I'm sure I'll get a chance to talk to him later in the semester. I've got 3 whole days. That's like a lifetime. So you say, but now that Miriam mentions it, that Colonel Sanders is just so darn dreamy. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement.
Think fast. Time for a pop quiz.
Yeah, a quiz about me.
This incredibly important and surprising short quiz will tell me if you're ready for a life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and keep your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If a train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. Look at you, Pop. That's right.
Forest is to tree as chicken is to... a slam dunk? Should I... That's wrong. No, come on.
What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created?
I think spork. He mentioned a spork earlier. I'm gonna be a teacher's pet on that one.
What food is best for a broken heart?
Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt, camel meat, or a pancake that looks like a silly face. This is a hard one.
That's right.
Is Sprinkles a good boy? No, he's a talking dog that teaches at culinary school. He is the best boy.
That's right. Your total score is 4 out of 5. Only 1 wrong. Not too shabby. You just might do all right, kid.
You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He nods with approval.
May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch!
Wow! The cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch, and it smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention?
Is it about lunch?
No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But Shh.
Lunch, lunch, lunch.
She said, shh. In honor of the new semester, I've prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food the mysterious student has created. You hear he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this? The Colonel lifts a large bucket above its head, its contents glimmering in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy, golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble, as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I've been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What? You think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Pshaw. Nah, my dude, nah. I'm just, drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is, poison. Yeah. He looks around nervously to see if anyone is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, I wish just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent.
It's the enemy, I need help.
As she slides closer to Colonel Sanders, she realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van, the man, if you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold his pure excitement and act unimpressed. Easy now. There's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of the bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about the Colonel Sanders culinary heart. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy! Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man? For a flavor? Are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. I approach the Colonel. He smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then he leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use... It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Wow! You'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. While you're wrapped up in the huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared while everyone else is in the cafeteria. You decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my store will continue on after I've graduated. My story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world, and you can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Neg him to show your own strength. Wow him with a big idea. To add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. Be modest but thoughtful. I like that. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery. It was perfect. I appreciate the compliment, Mickey. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon's lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven with all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place. It's magnificent. We get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything, except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature, adorably tiny food creations. Excuse me.
Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off.
Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of two, that is. Me and you, if that wasn't clear. Want to be my partner? Sure, Mickey. I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Me. Oh my, two potential partners. I'm sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Clank. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today.
It's okay, I already ate.
It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of this school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth.
Warp, warp, warp.
Hold on right there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Tissue? I hardly know you. Ah! Clank judders and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own classwork.
All right, you two, for today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea.
Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare. Seems easy enough. It's fancy, and you don't even need to cook. Using octopus, you will blow Colonel Sanders' mind, or your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. There it is. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes. And gravy? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please. Let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off my man. Did someone call for me? No, geez, Van. While I'm over here crushing Mickey's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Why did the music get so intense? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley. Van. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no. It looked like Mickey was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up on my level. Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel, deep down, that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together, like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear, she's coming for the Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks in your time of need, or turn to Miriam. No, I think the Colonel and I already have a strong enough bond that I feel good enough about going to Colonel. I'm here to learn and express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I choose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right? A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on Mickey as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Mickey's natural talent or their loyalty. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that, in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed and boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth, brown gravy smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Grandmother would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds out a spork to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all the madness and pressure of this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. Kokodam with a Twitch
Look,
Prime!
it's been 3 years. That's
Thanks for the
like
happy birthday
36
present.
months.
Yo, happy birthday,
That's
Kokodam.
like 1,095 days. That's like 26,280 hours. That's like 1,576,800 minutes. That.
What, you couldn't have got the seconds out too? You almost went the whole way. Thanks so much for the Prime, and happy birthday. You did predict it. You did predict the birthday present yesterday. And I graciously accept. This is a good opportunity for me to take a drink of water. This game is quite the endeavor for reading. All right, moving forward. And then, filled with rage, and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van, do something, do something! Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity?
Hold on right there, Mickey. We do not waste food on the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands.
Can I have potatoes, face? Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty. Braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe blade, forged by my supreme chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate.
No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed, and it may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic.
Too late, it's been eaten. think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him!
Everyone step back. Don't take another bite.
Oh my god, he's actually in a ghost sheet now. Look at that. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped into Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie. Tastes like poison. The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. But then the class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things...
How well do you think telling work I can't go back after lunch caused him watching a streamer try to get a leg up on Colonel Sanders?
I think they'll understand if you just show them the fact that the dog is the professor. Despite the obvious dangers, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Ghost of student. Hello. I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through all that. Please, let me walk you home. What? Like, for real? Oh, come on! You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark, more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today? Before you go on, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me of why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him, in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders, Chun? Yes, Mickey? There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, geez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I have been working towards that dream, day and night, never stopping, never resting, and also lifting a lot of weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you, shut up. I'm the one here saying inspirational stuff and supposed to be the star of the story, okay? Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance, you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. The spork monster is... All right. Hold the f*** on. What? What? Excuse me? What? What? The spork monster is here to fight a hero. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level.
Be afraid.
Hold on.
Be afraid. Be very afraid of me. Because I'm a monster, see?
Is he rhyming on purpose or is that just coincidence? Before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? Attack. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. It does 1 damage. It just got real. The attack really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. I'm going to attack again. And cook with love. Spork Monster won't forget this. Really feeling threatened by your attack. focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? I gotta defend here. Which defense will you use? Trepidation? I don't know what that word means. You hold your head between your hands and mutter, "This is not happening. This is not happening." Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once more. They use all utilitensel. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. I got to go on the attack. I got to go on the offense. Is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who is going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack. Rounded edge. Vile villain. Your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot pie power pinchity. It does 10 damage. Spork Monster is defeated. You saved me. An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Forget mercy. Finish him. No student will ever walk this quad in fear again. This monster messed with the wrong chef. Attack. You ready your final attack? You'll never survive my student debt loan destruction. It's completely vaporized. Colonel Sanders looks on in awe. You continue to surprise me, Mickey. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. What? Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the Spork Monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might like Clank. Like him? Like? I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to. And he was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. I'm thinking maybe something got lost in pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took things slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, you're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Ah, sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in a botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from a super duper rare dried flower petal, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I had ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Please, please, please! It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? I'm not gonna betray the Colonel's trust. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know. How about it was Eye of Newt? I know, it sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow! Her eyes light up, imagining such a thing, and you figure you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossoms petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. Stand back and admire his majestic glory or run to him. I don't want to look clingy. I'm going to stand back and admire. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You are so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseful beaut you have there. I mean, what a horsefully beaut you have there. Ah, dang it, that's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Oh, Mickey just gets really nervous around people they like. What? That's not helping. I mean, they got food poisoning and were up all night? It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile as if to say situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes, experimenting with restricted ingredients, bad. Summoning a demon, bad? You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulders, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Act like you're not interested in them, but really try to tell them to stop acting immature. You immediately dress the rivals down for their immature behavior. Culinary school is to be respected. This kind of nonsense is a waste of everyone's time. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ain't you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding and instantly recognize it. It's a book just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. It's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom, and its contents are a secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing, hee hee hee. Before you can dig it any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class.
Beep, beep.
Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. What do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language. Not even from a stand mixer. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelash at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourself. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't, honestly. What do I care? I've got a lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives. To signal the start of the class day, he's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but also a dog.
Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn.
Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom.
Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken.
You want to pay to attention to the lesson. Truly you do.
Which is why in 1776, after signing the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
you. Brent, thanks for the 29, dude.
Girl, are you KFC? Because you looking finger licking go odd moist gasm.
Oh, stop. Yo, appreciate the sub, dude. Thank you very much. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you missed most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you.
Well, Mickey?
Naturally, this appears to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water, a shimmering pepper, or a dog biscuit? Pepper. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way, so naturally you grab it and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. A friend. Ooh. That guy again? I'm here to give you an important message. Ooh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do... Sorry, I think I've got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine, I'll work through. To fulfill the prophecy, you must... You feel yourself beginning to regain consciousness. Oh, man. You come to and everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you. Someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time, stand up and tell them, you're on! A bit of a lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, so be it. I'm not a fool. You're the fool. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, Mickey. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness.
Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sporting court.
Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief.
At least, not until we turn on the timer.
Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, timer ready.
That's what I'm talking about.
Aroo! need a second. This is the stupidest game I've ever played. Oh, man. This is just wild. This is just ridiculous. Oh, my jeepers creepers. Like, I was expecting it to be stupid, but I wasn't expecting it to be like, like 20 IQ stupid. I think this is stupider than Shower with Your Dad Simulator. All right, let's keep going. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope it's a message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now it's my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water boil at? 100 degrees Celsius, but that's right. How would you have gotten into this school without knowing that?
Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you.
You're going to need to season the chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he say he used? 11. That's right. You may not know all of the ingredients, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavors? Gratitude? That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from, and every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness the energy, so where does it come from? The shoulder of an onion. That's wrong. No, this is a horrible time to start forgetting the important things. Next question. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Bubbling? That's wrong.
Don't make me get the spray bottle.
Next question. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Mickey. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think of is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take? What are you thinking? Get your mind back into the competition. You are stranded on a desert island with only a dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right?
You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind.
You and Colonel Sanders exchanging wedding vows. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes! I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance used in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have had any hands, but Mickey does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way, and you don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking and realize how serious your error was, you immediately shove your hand in the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Mickey, no! But you're not fast enough. Your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult.
Everyone, stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over.
It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish.
Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on.
Oh, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default.
No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Mickey's injury.
You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish.
But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared.
Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Mickey to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of a honeycomb ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Put yourself between the Colonel and Ashley or internalize the rage. Not so fast, girl. You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off of his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. This goatee isn't just a fashion statement. It's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. Game over. Try again. What? 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 All right, let's try. I guess let's try the cooking sequence again. All right, I get another chance at least. All right. How many herbs and spices? 11. Easy questions to start. Was it gratitude? That's right, gratitude. Your father told you never to forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice. A small town where big dreams are born. This is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. Aroo! You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling? Is it silence or sizzling? That's wrong. It's silence. Next question. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. If you mess up one question, does it like get all weird like this? Okay, we stick our finger back in the mixer. We go back to all this. All right, let's not be overly aggressive. Internalize the rage. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy, fried brow, you run to the quad to be left alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. Okay, we're moving on. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love, and he's decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? It's exactly what I think. Well, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed. As an obstetrician, I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug.
Boy, how's you?
Yo,
today?
what's up, Sarah?
I love you.
Doing good, doing good. Taking care of my Colonel Sanders love story here. I resolved that when I was wow, words are hard. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. Gorko, the sport monster! The spork monster is here to fight. Anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu? I'm sorry, Gorko. I could have sworn we already battled you last night.
That was Borko, my twin, and I, Gorko, am here to avenge him.
Are you stronger than Borko?
Well, we're twins, so not really. We're pretty much exactly equal in every way. Why do you ask?
Colonel Sanders smirks. He's already on the same page as you. It's just that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't think you have much of a chance. Not to mention, I feel guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would. I think what Mickey is saying is, can't we just be friends? Life is too short for making enemies.
Suppose we don't really need to fight. It's just that I've got these pointy teeth and claws.
All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat. Don't we all?
Of course I do.
Inspiration strikes and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this! You toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth and he devours it in one gulp.
Delicious. You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into the creature who stands here today.
I don't believe it. You were a human once?
Well, no. I was a Chihuahua, but I was still a student at the school. Until one day, some mean kids with a magic spell book cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed.
A magic spell book?
Precisely. Borko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and you shouldn't rely on a dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, do not fear. I will be there.
Sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Mickey, together I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite! You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his thighs, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, to never stop working, and never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with an ambitious chef. Well, there is something, just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures, but I'm not sure if I've nailed it yet. But I'm close. Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret just for you? I'm going to open my heart for him. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to this last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to find out more about the Colonel. The chicken. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Tap on an item to discover more. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading into the world on a quest to avenge my death? What? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could tell you my name right now. It's, can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open a window a crack, and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze. A scented candle. You pick it up to try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly scratched collar? Piece of wood floating in the lake. Summer of 69. No. It's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's... Tap on an item to discover. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize the hair itself isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver. The door opened. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off the hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off. You decided that now is your moment to make the big move. You tell him you're cold, you fess up, and tell the truth. Oh, I don't know what to do! I'm doing it. Whoa. This isn't that kind of game. Not that we blame you for trying, but still. Game over. Oh, come on. What do you mean that's not that kind of game? It's exactly that kind of game. Stupid. All right. Well, we're just gonna speed through back to where we were. Deathless, by the way. I know. I like how I'm having deaths in the KFC dating simulator. Reveal it. The coleslaw. We share it. Peek around the room. Chicken. Lake. Hair. Candle. Secret ingredient. And jacket. All right. Fess up and tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. Well, I might be developing feelings for you too. But I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Mickey? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence. You awaken to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Considering the other one I made killed me? Yeah, I think so. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, isn't even legal. But if the recipe is secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when the Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters in the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I whipped up. Oh, it's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous! My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence. Such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? I'll flatter him, yeah. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking about you? Oh, it's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school. The University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, waits for no one. You go home and find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date! I think I can believe that. Since I'd been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell the whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders' house where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection? Wowzers. Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals on the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact, because, he's Pop. What's a swirly? Sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Yeah, Sprinkles is a dog and a tweet. You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school? There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Mickey, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives. Just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Mickey, how's the hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What's he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Mickey. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walked into class, Colonel? I'm always interested in discussing the art of fine foods. See you inside, Mickey. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you received yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that book. It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? Oh, I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it wasn't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the paper. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it'll probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way too drastic. Can't you come up with something else, like anything else not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic. But desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory-erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. I'm not casting the forbidden magic. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement.
Ahem! I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of.
His cute little nose scrunches up, and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework and give it to him as a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Let's wait to see what happens. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside.
Terrence! I told you never to come back here, Terrence! I will destroy you, Terrence!
Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence?
You'd better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again!
After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in the hearing distance, he continues on with the lecture.
I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Mickey, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see...
But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by the whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane, strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off your cool kid friends, Jeff and Joan. J and J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Sad beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps of his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, it looks okay, I guess. Clank rolls slowly out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school.
Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown. Challenge exam. Trademark. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena.
But before you can think about your upcoming competitions, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam, are you okay? Okay. I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everybody? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke. Even if the source of her frustrations is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone, Me and you, we're going to cruise through the final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Of course not. I mean, well, maybe, sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. BBQ, thank you for the 26-month route.
Explain.
You can't. It's literally, there is no explanation. I'm trying to the Colonel. That's it. That is everything here. There is nothing else to it. That's it. If it seems stupid and terrible and weird, it's because it is. But you know what? Me and the Colonel are gonna make sweet, sweet love and all night. So let's just keep rolling with it. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm gonna make a very special soup, and I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch. But that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decide to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed man-man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Mickey's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie out of the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by the Colonel. Mickey, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. I just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires. But that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Fess up about your practice dish. Okay. You got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. Forgot how good you looked in sleeves? 2020 it's been the only good part of 2020, DJ. You know, it was a pot pie just from the smell. Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? No, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow! It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules.
There are no rules, except to cook with everything you've got.
You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the two dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has this giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Baster Blaster! Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid. Ashley scoops her pastries off a tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets in on it.
5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique.
Wait, did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all.
Self-destruct.
Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley and her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's most certainly evil magic? You know what? You know what, guys? A wise man once told me that sometimes doing things the hard way is doing things the right way. And I'm gonna listen to that man. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm gonna do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Mickey. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Mickey, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient! However, she doesn't know that you lied. And the ingredient was made up! And where in the world does she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. Oh no!
It is I, Steve, the spork monster.
Steve, what happened to Gorko? You're not here to battle me, are you?
We spork monsters are many. I think Gorko had the day off. But you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle. So I'd say you're doing pretty all right. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out?
I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve, the spork monster, notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station.
I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh?
You guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles into the pot of salted water?
I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country.
You can feel the spork monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition.
I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class. And when I woke up...
You toss a serious stare at Steve. And he takes the hint. Never mind.
I'll tell you later. Good luck.
Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know what you could ever do to win. You summon extra power from deep within yourself or give up and wow, which one should I pick? I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been prepping their entire lives for... Yes, Mickey. You are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you have been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been prepping their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power, you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Mickey. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. And all you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up. You're gonna need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What'll happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting? If we combine forces, we can perform the perfect food union.
That's it. Time is up, students.
With time expired, it's the moment everyone's been waiting for.
You must now prepare to present your dishes.
A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Hey, I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from that blue broom closet over there.
Miriam, would you mind?
Inside of the closet, you see Pop, hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants.
Pop, get down from there right now.
Let me guess. Did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
I thought a wedgie was a salad.
It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing as how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it is not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to?
You wait to hear a signature whir beep or another automatopoeia, but there's none.
Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please, collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester.
Wow, 3 whole days long.
But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish.
I've made tender udon noodles in a savory soup.
My word, it is so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny nutritomaki I spy afloat this itsy bitsy bowl?
Yes, Chef.
Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name.
Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl.
Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine. I'll enjoy it all by myself.
And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup.
Hey, plus, I do taste a dish with much love poured into it as yours.
Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Mickey, for helping me to believe in myself.
Van, you're up. Now describe your dish.
I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar.
Do you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin?
Yes, Sprinkles.
A bit much, don't you think?
That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close enough on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded.
Youch, my tongue!
The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting.
I can't eat this. It keeps talking my tongue. Disqualified.
A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could be difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour.
Don't discount simplicity.
This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk.
I know. Yeah, I'm a dog, and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it can help calm my agitated tongue. Next student. Ashley, it is time to step up. Now describe your dish.
I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup, topped with a French meringue and connected by sugar glass.
That actually doesn't sound too bad.
Indeed, it is quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It is very fragile and meant to be a display piece only. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Mickey? I told you, it's a display piece.
Actually, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school.
Yes, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral.
If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified.
Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either.
If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself.
You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together.
2 chefs?
What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays.
Just when I thought I've seen everything in the kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and everyone passes. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, this humble decor does seem downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog in the house! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone they've committed themselves to rewriting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It is clearly written in the school's bylaws.
I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me.
Oh, amusing.
And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He's totally mellowed out.
Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here out, I'd prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster.
Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's going to do great. A red carpet rolls across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop! You arrived late to the dance, but apparently for a good reason. Walk on the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat a crown?
Welcome back, Pop. I knew you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean.
Oh, I get it now.
And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such.
The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who arrived late to the dance.
Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth.
Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing.
I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension.
What? What? I actually feel like I knew this the whole time.
Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me?
I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear that she's managed to surpass you in this regard.
I understand. Kind of. Humans are weird.
A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he comes prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. I didn't get back to the most famous chicken man. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Mickey, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me what are the qualities you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know. A spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. And I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Mickey. How sweet. We'll work together, and we'll play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work? Together? I think this is something I need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be? You found a love connection, but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear Mickey, I'm sure you'll find a place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end! Maybe. That was the stupidest thing I've ever played. Wow. What a game. Even stupider than Shower with Your Dad Simulator. Even stupider. That was a weird ending. That was a weird the entire game. That was a weird entire video game. Not just the ending. The whole thing was messed up. Now you have to play it again to get the perfect ending? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing